And focus your mind to this bell sound and follow the sound, please. And while you're following the sound, let your body to settle down and keep relax your breath and let your mind to settle down. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So, dear Dhamma friends, before we start our session, I'm going to give some guidelines. It will help for you while you practice. So remember, when you practice meditation, once you close your eyes, you take your full responsibility regarding your practice. So for that, always remember to keep the clear awareness. And very nature of the mind, it always go here and there. So don't think it's kind of like disturbing you. So that's the very nature. And that's why we come to a primary mental object. So it called nimitta. So the nimitta means you harbor your thoughts to one point. So there are a few ways that you can harbor your thoughts, focusing to the sensation in your body and the bodily postures, and even sometimes outside objects, and sometimes thoughts. But here we're going to bring our sensation of the inhalation, exhalation as a primary mental object. So it is different observing the sensation in your body and observing the sensation in your inhalation, exhalation. Because in four foundations in the body, in the meditation, when it comes to four foundations, Kayanupassana, contemplating the body, Vedananupassana, contemplating the pain or the sensation, Chittanupassana, contemplating the mind, and Dhammanupassana, contemplating the Dhamma or the nature. So those are the four foundations. So why then, when we observe the inhalation, exhalation, it belongs to Kayanupassana, contemplating the body. Because even though in the surface level we take it as the sensation, in deeply, inhalation, exhalation happens as a result of your bodily action. So the body itself do this inhalation, exhalation. So otherwise it is not a kind of like a pain. As example, you have a knee pain or maybe back or any sensation. So it is contemplating the sensation. It is not the according to necessary conditions that like when the respiratory system work, the pain is not like that. It is completely different. So, but here, this inhalation, exhalation, this happening in the deeper this inside with the whole body. That's why it come to category in the bodily action. So when you observe deeply, you recognize little by little how your body and depending from inhalation, exhalation. So always then what you have to do, harbor your thoughts, bring your thoughts to the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. So if your mind go here and there, it is okay. Just recognize, once you recognize it, bring it back. And other thing is, remember, you have to take some responsibility and you have to have the self-discipline while you practice. And that doesn't mean you're going to kind of like do this as a military practice. You're not punishing, you're not pushing yourself. You have to understand and calmly, gently, you have to bring it back. So you have to balance this both. You have to use the effort to certain level and you have not to be lazy also. Because if you put too much effort, especially with this mental practice, when you put too much effort, what happens? You get tired. And sometimes you give up this path. And so that's why don't try to put too much effort. And if you don't put the effort, what will happen? Then you become lazy, you fall into sleep. Then the mind go with its own behavior. So that's why try to balance that in between this both and then always keep the awareness. So we bring our mind, attention to in front of our nose and our upper lip area. And when the inhalation happens, so allow it to happen. Don't try to do inhalation. Don't try to count. Don't try to interfere with its natural process. Just allow it to happen. And when the inhalation happens, just recognize it as inhalation. When the exhalation happens, just recognize it as exhalation. That is the first step. So as a foundation, take few minutes and go with it. When you observe, in the beginning sometimes, for some students, they cannot recognize this. Maybe it because of the busy mind. And sometimes it is not familiar suddenly. So that's why you have to learn to wait. Just by closing your eyes, that everything not going to unfold in front of you. Just close your eyes, be patient yourself and wait and observe. Do nothing extra. And once you able to locate your awareness related towards the inhalation, exhalation, sometimes it becomes more familiar. Then you get used to inhalation, exhalation. Then again, you have to remember it can go to laziness, sleepiness. So then again, you have to have the effort. The effort always, while you practice, always is kind of like for a vehicle, it's like giving gas. So all effort is kind of like that. When you cook, the effort is like putting the fire. And maybe you not put the fire in the same way. Sometimes you low it, sometimes you put higher. So like that. So always remember when you put the effort, and time to time, you have to sometimes increase it little bit and lower it little bit. So once your mind get used to recognize the inhalation, exhalation, and then bring little bit more attention to recognize the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. And then you see whole breath body, that this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end. So as example, so this the breath body means the one inhalation from beginning to end. It's called one breath body. So some people only feel when the breathing start and then it disappear. And some people feel when when it end. So when you keep observe, you start to see this, when you can see like this whole pen as one, you start to see beginning, middle and end, the entire process of your inhalation, exhalation. So keep observe that. again and again, keep watching. And don't interfere with the comments, don't interfere with its nature, don't try to argue or don't try to have an inner conversation yourself. Just shut down. So that's the next, sometimes some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. This natural process, this happening always. But the thing is, now we're going to see it. Seeing is art. Remember that. Watching something is art. So you have to learn it. So when you learn it, what you see, you're going to recognize. Mostly in day-to-day life, why we have to learn it as different, like this way, using technique? Because mostly in day-to-day life, when we hear, when we see, smell, taste, or associate people, even when we think, it interfere our previous thoughts. And because of that, you cannot recognize very clearly. And according to neuroscience and according to this quantum physics, that they are scientifically proved that what you experience from this outside world, you experience only 15%, 15% you see what is outside. Other 85%, you experience what is in your mind. So that's why in the meditation, so we trying to experience even our own inhalation, exhalation. We are here, we're not going to think about something else from different planet. We're not going to talk about something that going to bring us kind of like a high mental power, so unseen ghost. We just see our own life, the beginning of life. That is your inhalation, exhalation. So just settle down with it. That is the most important part in your life. So just keep that other everything away for a few minutes and see, can you able to just settle down with it and recognize that its own nature, its own behavior. So that recognition will uplift your awareness and understanding to see things clearly. So in the third step, some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, so like that. Each and every inhalation different. So recognize this. And sometimes your mind will disturb. It's okay, bring it back again and again. Mind come in three different ways. So you have to understand that also, because otherwise you yourself misguide. So one is very reason memory can pop up suddenly. So whatever the important things happen in day to day, maybe when you come to meditation and it can bring it up. And sometimes people think even they used to whatever they are activity, they used to think closing their eyes. That's why people say that when they have situations or the problems, they tell, I meditate about it. You cannot do this. Meditation is not like that. You cannot bring that your thoughts to this moment. Only thing is just see the inhalation, exhalation. Another thing is sometimes very old memory can pop up. So whatever happened in the past, like 10 years, 20 years back, maybe joy or pleasure, whatever things happen, can slowly bring up this whole inside us as mental formation, which called sanskara. It's like a volcano. It can, when the mind settle down, these things can start to blow out. So don't react to it. Stay with it doesn't matter how hard it is, stay with the inhalation, exhalation, stay with them. That is the place that you're going to be. So this practice again and again, you guiding your mind to stay with inhalation. This is what called kamatahana. Kamatahana, it means the workplace. You are working with that. You are observing the inhalation, exhalation. Your mind, you guiding moment by moment towards that. Nothing else. So then sometimes without any reason, this is very important. Your body now little by little try to settle down, and you are not reacting to surface level of your mind. You are not react to your emotions now, and suddenly that the things can come up like from sansaric journey. So whatever the sanskara, the mental formations hidden inside you, suddenly can come up, and without any reason. And you, it no need any reason. That's the very nature. So sometimes you feel like the whole body moving, shaking, and getting tight head to toes. You becoming kind of like a stone, like iron ball, and sometimes your whole nerve system start to move, and your blood pressure go high. So these kind of things can happen, and even you feel kind of like dizzy. So these things happen when the mind not focus exactly to the point. Now you are high, it's kind of like a half sleep mood. But if you experience something like that, keep more attention toward the inhalation, exhalation, and sometimes take a deep breath. Because sometimes when you are lack of inhalation, exhalation in your body, that also create different kind of chemical reaction, and you feel different way. Otherwise, remember, it is very important. I don't know about other meditation techniques, but here, remember, becoming blank is not our purpose. And going to another state of mindset is not our purpose. Becoming very clear with your attention is the important thing. Bring the clarity within what you observe, nothing else. So then again and again, try to bring your mind to inhalation, exhalation, and stay there. So we're going to practice a little bit now, and time to time try to relax your mind, relax your body, relax your breathing intensely, and maybe one after a while, this everything going to settle down as one. Your breathing, your body, your mind, and your thoughts, everything will settle down to a one place. So that is what called tranquility state. In that tranquility state, stay with observing the sensation and follow the change and experience the change moment by moment happening, followed by the inhalation, exhalation. So with that, your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. And scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Sopatveva, oh may I be well and happy 3 times. So in the beginning, we think ourselves for a moment. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, we relax our body step by step. Relax your head, relax your forehead, relax your eyebrows, relax your eyes, relax your ears, relax your nose, relax your upper lip, relax your lower lip, relax your chin, relax your whole face muscles. Relax your teeth and relax your tongue. Relax your mouth, relax your throat, relax your neck, relax your shoulders, arms, elbow, forearms, palms, fingers, fingertips. Relax your back muscles and relax your spine. Relax your chest and relax your abdominal muscles. Relax your lungs. Relax your heart. Relax your liver. Relax your kidneys. Relax your gallbladder. Relax your pancreas. Relax your small intestine. Relax your large intestine. Relax all abdominal organs. Relax your buttock. Relax your thigh. Relax your knee. Relax your calf muscles. And relax your toes. Relax your foot and relax your toes. Relax your whole body muscles, tendons, ligaments, bone marrows, and whole skeleton. And release the tension in your mind and keep relax your face muscles. Bring attention to your whole body and feel your whole body as one. Focus your mind to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, please. And bring attention to that sensation and allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen naturally itself. So don't try to make anything happen, just observe and recognize inhalation as inhalation, exhalation as exhalation. Do nothing extra. Let everything to settle down as it is. So don't try to inhale or exhale, just allow it to happen naturally. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. This is rising, this is falling. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again. And don't do much effort and don't do lazy. Some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just accept it. and recognize. Don't regulate your respiratory system. Just allow it to flow naturally. Bring your attention to the change happening in between inhalation and exhalation. And just recognize it, experience the change, and see what you experience as change. Bring your attention to your body and observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire this compound, this village, this city, this state, country, this world, this universe. And as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this with the clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. So visualize yourself and send it as a light as far as you can, beginning from your heart. Forward. Think about all living beings to be well and happy. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy without condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart too shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, we all in this samsara, we going in a journey. So that journey always depend on the moment, that whatever the decision you take, that journey is not depend on your past. So even though we know that we have tomorrow, that tomorrow not going to depend according to whatever you have done yesterday. Always your tomorrow going to depend on what you're going to do in this very moment. So that is the very first barrier that you have to break and come out of it. When we look at the Buddha's life, when he was in the palace as Prince Siddhartha, look how much comfort that he had as a prince. He had a very luxurious life. And all the facilities was around him. Even the kingdom, the power almost belonged to him, because the father was ready to crown him as the king. But still, he get out of it. And he get out of it and he went to different schools. And he studied that everything, and even there are a lot of schools, mainly 2 schools, offered him to become the master of that school to and take care. And as we know, Alara Kalama and the son of the Uttagarama. So when even he didn't stop there. And then even he went to practice this asceticism. 6 years. Went through all the hard, difficult practice. And even though he was practicing very difficult way, that all other 5 ascetics around him helping and encourage him to go towards that way. That is the only people used to be with him. And they all encourage and provide everything necessary, whatever the things for him, and stay with him. So it kind of like, even he went to that kind of very difficult asceticism, that around that there was kind of like a comfort. Why? Because there were other 5 and helping and appreciating, cheering him. So like that. Look at what, forget about the attaining to the Buddhahood. Look at as an ordinary person, what kind of mindset and lifestyle that he carried. That is very important. Always he had the attitude to come out of the comfort zone. And to go to the next level to fulfill his inner satisfaction. So that is a kind of will that you have to develop. It is not a kind of like a ego, becoming an egocentric person. But yourself, you have to be a person to be satisfied at least for yourself, to be who you are. But mostly ourselves, we become debtors and some other people overtake our life. And you have no the freedom inside you mostly. Even with the inside, even the outside. The society, culture, tradition, religions, politics, and this everything. Put all the ideas to inside us, and real life we cannot experience today. It is very difficult. Even during that time also the same. That's why, see, even that he didn't have, as a Prince Siddhartha, he didn't have any freedom to be who he want to be. So why? Because the father itself decide what he should be. It's the same thing. It is 2,600 years ago that what happened. The same thing happening today also. Everywhere around us. So then always remember to get out of the comfort zone. That is the one of the important thing. Because otherwise we cannot get into the liberation. So before we get into this spiritual liberation, in conventional life as a person, it is your responsibility to develop that mindset. Why? Because when you are able to conventionally find your path, that will guide you to get into the spiritual development. In conventional life, if you bound to this all the culture, traditions, and all other methods and believing systems like that way, and who you are, what going to come out of you, and even in day-to-day life, what you going to experience. So because we are prisoners, and we are prisoners ourselves, and what we does, we go to religion, and we go to kind of some other things, and then when they are, we become another prisoner. So we go from prison to another prison. Maybe we cannot see it is why, because that prison become bigger than this smaller prison. So as example, ourselves, we are in a prison, and then we go to religion or practice meditation, and maybe that cage is so big, and then you become more comfortable. It seems like the zoo, that nowadays you see that the animals stay in this outside, and they feel like they are free, but it is a more open zoo, and there is a huge wall around the forest, and they don't see. Maybe electric line go around the forest, they don't see, they trap inside. So we also the same like that mentally. For the moment we feel happy, for the moment we feel joy, for the moment we feel comfortable, and everything around us. Even we do bad things, other people cheer us. Even we do wrong things, other people appreciate us. So then we feel more safe with the whatever around us. Even with your friends, do whatever the nasty things, and they say they appreciate that. When you say lies and when you do wrong things, people appreciate. Even in the smaller scale, and in a family we will do the same. In the little but larger scale, in the villages do the same. As a country, the same. As a country, sometimes same thing happening. So why? Because that we in a large prison, we don't see it. So we go with it. We go with it. So the meditation is one thing. It take you out from this all the prisons. It's not going to take you from this prison and it's not going to take you to another prison and put you there. It completely try to make you free. Not about, I don't know about other meditation because we no need to talk about that. What I'm telling about this samatha and vipassana in Buddha's teaching. That is what it giving you complete freedom to what? To observe and recognize. Because once you clearly recognize, that recognition going to bring you understanding. What you understand deeper inside you, and it going to come out of you. No, there's no one can take that away. No one can hold that. So that's why yourself, whatever you have, remember around you. So don't be a prisoner and look yourself. Is this you want? Are you completely free? Are you completely happy? So go with it. It is good. It's a blessing for you. You are so lucky to have that. But in case, if not the way that you want, if something else happen in you, if there is a deeper fear or the unhappiness, sadness, worry, if deeper in very personal life, if things go wrong, and if things unbalanced, even you cannot talk to anybody, even you cannot call 911 and tell this is happening to you like this way. If there is no way there's any emergency can take that pain out, then you have to think, because it is your own responsibility. Why you have to go with that pain? Why you want to go with that unhappiness or the unsatisfaction? Get out of it. It doesn't matter. It is a palace that you live and you are the king. Get out of it. That is the very basic lesson that the before even the Buddha attained to the Buddhahood. That is the very basic lesson that he gave. And not going to the box and not going to the cage from one cage. And even wherever you go, and maybe other people will offer a lot of things. But if it is not what you want, don't stop there. Maybe you get into relationships and you have husband, wife, children, friends, and family members. But maybe they are appreciate you. But if you really recognize something deeper deeper in your heart, something missing. Remember, somewhere you start to get kind of like unbalanced unhappiness. To fix that, what you're missing is only way is clarity, understanding. So that is why this meditation is necessary every day. Try to do a little bit. It is for you. It is nothing to do with the Buddha. He came to world 2600 years ago. He passed away, and then all these enlightened masters came and they passed away. It doesn't matter you do this or not. The teaching is going to be here and another Buddha going to come again after eons. This will go. It's nothing to do with the Buddha. So we don't carry missionary that the vision to change people or teach people, and it doesn't work. We cannot teach people. We cannot give a religion or we cannot offer a believing system. It doesn't work. So what works? What the Buddha's really that the intention was, allow you to be free yourself and start to look yourself. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, whatever the religion, whatever the culture, tradition you people, but yourself. keep that freedom inside. And if in case, if the God created you, and maybe if somewhere, if he watching that you, he also going to be happy if you start to do like that way. Why? Because it's same like parents. Look, if your parents, raise you and gave everything to you, and if you are still bothering to your parents, and it is not nice. So then if you able to take care of yourself wherever in this world, then your parents going to be happy. Same like whoever, if somebody create you, if you believe so, just get into like that. If somebody created you, why you still go behind it? Because now you have your everything. What else you want? Nothing. So then take care of yourself. So when you take care of yourself, what is the best thing, that the most important thing? When you see something, when you hear something, when you smell something, when you taste something, when you feel something, when you think something, are you free? Are you completely free? Or if somebody show this pen and tell, believe this is as a pen. And there are a lot of people do that. And some people say things and you have to believe it. You cannot say no. Even you know it is not like that. You have to tell it is yes. With the smell also the same. You cannot say no. There are people and say, look, this is so beautiful. You cannot say no. Even you feel, look, in a very simple way, in day-to-day life. Even you feel like it is not nice smell, you have to tell, oh yes, it is so nice. And there are moments come in your life. You cannot eat it. There's no taste. And sometimes it is kind of like difficult to eat, but still you have to tell, oh yes, this is so sweet. And there are people associate. And you don't like them. You cannot be with them. But still, you have no options. You cannot escape from them. You have to tell, oh, you are so good. So I like you. So like that, you have to be with them. Telling lies. That is what I'm trying to point out. Why you become like that? From where it came? Maybe you think this is my karma. No, this is not that karma. Forget about it. There is a karmic part, but there is something else. You missing that. That's why it's like the key. It doesn't matter, even your house, you miss the key. Maybe you going here and there calling to somebody. No, you cannot get into that. It is very small, a very small piece, 2-3 inches. But maybe huge house, mansion, but you cannot get into that. Same like, and thinking also the same. You have to think according to some other people. If you don't think like that way, they're going to be crazy. So it doesn't matter, you don't like it, you have to believe it like that way. Otherwise, some people, they not allow you to, so then you have to believe. So that is, so look, it is a prison. So in day-to-day life, in with the small step around you, look yourself, are you free? Or are you cage, or are you going to another cage believing you are free? Even look, sometimes even with ourselves, with monks, we give up our parents, our village, all whatever the things we loved, we give up that everything. And sometimes, that our personal life and our temples and even our countries, we give up that all and, far away. And then how about if I start to, attach to something little. What the point? No, if I cannot give up something so little and I hold it to something, what the point is that what I give up and then hold it to this? So same thing happen in everywhere, even in the meditation, the same. And sometimes we want the peace and calmness and comfort, but then later we addicted to meditation. And we addicted to spirituality, the name. So then what happened? We going to one prison to another prison, one cage to another cage. So then remember to keep the inner freedom always. Develop that. It is a skill you have to develop day by day, day by day, day by day. To develop that is keep the awareness, clarity inside you, never bound to any thoughts, and keep the freedom. It doesn't matter whatever the relationship you have, whatever the position you hold in a family, and whatever the place you are, always keep that inner freedom. And every day, don't allow anything to overtake that inner freedom. And don't be a bias yourself to ideas or things inside you. Maybe in the social, in the outside, you cannot go against anything. You don't need to go against anything. Why? Even going against anything, you cannot change. But deeper inside you, keep the clarity. There is a moment come. It's like the seed. If the seed is good, if you preserve it in a right way and keep it, and then the moment come, when the season come, when it get into the right flow, the ground, it going to grow. But the thing is this, if the seed die, if the seed become empty, it doesn't matter you find the right ground or the right place soiled. When you drop into that soiled, what will come? Nothing. That's why when you keep this in a practice, so one day there is a moment come, it's like the right season and the soiled, and right away once it drop into that, it going to come. It's like during Buddha's time, there was a lot of people in front of the Buddha. They didn't understand anything. Even they had conversations with the Buddha. They didn't understand anything. But there were some people just hearing the Buddha, just seeing the Buddha, just his appearance, even without any single word, no any communication, they able to transform their life. They attain to enlightenment. So how? Because they preserve the seed with the right good skills and qualities. They never allow it to die itself in their heart. So that's why it is your responsibility. Don't point out to anybody. It is your personal responsibility. Keep the inner freedom. It doesn't matter whatever this outside condition in the world or whatever the other people's behavior. No matter what, keep your heart clear. Keep it clean. When the time comes, when the right season, it will transform you. But it is your responsibility. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. That will help to keep the seed in a good shape, in a good, with the nourishment. Practicing, consistency, again and again, and try to apply it in day-to-day life. And so that way, implementation, consistency and implementation, consistency and implementation, and then there is no way, then no one can stop you. So that's why try to keep that inner freedom inside you, and every day. So wherever you go, whatever you do with your bodily, verbally, and mentally action, and do your best, and don't allow anyone to, with your whatever you see, whatever you hear, smell, taste, but that the feel or think. Don't allow anyone to overtake that your senses. So if you become wise, you can keep that freedom. If you not become mindful, if you're not wise, remember that even there is no any single moment you're going to experience the freedom. That's the very nature of the world. So physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, that is the same thing. So it is your own responsibility to find that inner freedom. So that is the Buddha's real message. Even before he attained to the Buddhahood, if you look at his lifestyle, and that is what he tried to teach silently. And so to get into that level, you have to have some courage. So develop that every day, day by day, day by day. So with that, there was a great poet, Rumi, and one day he was traveling through a village, and he saw this group of young people so tired. And then he sat with them and had a conversation and asked, "Why are you so tired?" "Oh, master, we try to find water and we digging a well." Oh, the Rumi told, "Oh, that's good. So you didn't find the water?" "No, still didn't find water." "So do you know in this place there's water?" "Of course there are water. There are some other places they found water. We know here water. So then why in your well you didn't find?" "Don't know, still we keep doing digging." So then the Rumi told, "Okay, let's meet, see." And then he went to the place where they digging the well. And what he saw? More than 10 wells and only 10 feet. And then everywhere, little holes, only 10 feet. And the Rumi understood that and asked, "Why you do this?" "No, because in the other well and other side, and when we dig the 10 feet, we found the water. But here, we digging 10 feet and we couldn't find. And now more than 10 wells. And look, the strength and all the time that is spent, 10 feet. And now they dig almost more than 10 wells. So how about they put that all the strength to one well? And how deep that well? More than 100 feet. So the same thing happened to us. We practice meditation, we start something, we want to do something, we want to change our life something in a different way. We start. Then what we does? In a certain level, we give up. There is a hard time come, and in that hard time come, we give up. We give up. And then go and start with the lazy part. And then we give up. So like that, we will never get the success in life. So then you yourself remember, when you start something, keep going, get it to the bottom, and then you will see. Before you get into the bottom, don't take a decision on the way and thinking. And maybe if you have enough wisdom to understand it doesn't work, it is okay. But because of the laziness or looking for your comfort, don't change decisions. It's never going to work. Why? Because always the wisdom, even in the practicing meditation, see that we go meditation window shopping sometimes. We go to ashram, temples and places, retreat. It's like a meditation window shopping. We go and other people sit, and we also just go a little bit and sit like that, and we feel good. So don't get into that. Get into one technique and go deeper into the bottom of that technique. Get into one kamatahana and go deeper, deeper, deeper. When the difficulties come, don't give up it, because that is the very nature of it. Even in your personal life, if you want to start something, if you want to change your life to different subject, and if you want to learn something, if you want to become somebody, and keep going, you're going to get there. Don't keep a stop on the way because of your own inner chattering or whatever the mind start to tell. It happened. So that's why you need that strength to focus to one thing and go deeper and digging one well rather than going to one well and then the next, then the next, like that way. So in our countries, in like in Sri Lanka, in India, when there are temples, like different Hindu temples, they go and break coconut for good things and for the bad things, for both. They break coconut. The very meaning of breaking coconut in a temple, what it tells, inside the sweet water in this coconut, the covered with this hard shell. So when you go to temple with the coconut and you break it, and you see how the water flash, and it giving you a wisdom for you to understand without breaking your hardship, without breaking that all the difficulties, without breaking that all the barriers, you cannot get into the success. That is the very meaning of the breaking coconut and giving the understanding, wisdom. So you have to go with the hard things to get into the sweet water. You have to break the hard shell to get into the sweet water. So same thing with the spiritual life, with the meditation or anything in life. Even in come to relationship, even it come to that all other the things we do in day-to-day life. So whatever difficulties come, go with it, go with it, go with it until it getting to the bottom. And don't give up because of your inner chattering or because of laziness. If there is any other reason, and then it is okay to change. But because of the laziness, because of your own inner chattering, don't give up. It will never end until you attain to Nibbana. This chattering will keep going, keep going, keep going. So with that, I bless upon with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata ca ammi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe tatta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkayavang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.
Thank you.